Your demon host, Asmodeus, the embodiment of lust.
Give me a thrust.
Is it hypocritical for the embodiment of lust to fall in love? Maybe, but maybe that's the point. When we think of lust, especially in a setting like Hell of a Boss or Has-Been Hotel, we imagine debauchery, chaos, indulgence, without consequence. And yet Asmodeus, the literal sin of lust, defies that expectation. He's in a healthy monogamous relationship, one that is built on emotionally supporting one another with Fizzaroli. And yeah, a lot of people called that hypocritical at the time of his episode 6 of season 2, Oops, when it was presented as more healthy than what we were expecting. And even in his debut episode, it's presented as better than Blitz and Stolas. But I think they're missing the deeper message here. In Season 2, Episode 6, Asmodeus drops one of the most important lines in the show, and something that draws a line in the sand between Asmodeus and a certain V. A certain line that goes a little something like,
Lust shouldn't be about force. It's an art to be earned and enjoyed. It's all about that journey to Pleasure Town. You feel me?
Now, whether you take that literally or read between the lines, the implication is clear. Lust is not inherently evil. It's the intent that matters. In my opinion, what he means is that the journey you find yourself on with the person you hold most dearest builds anticipation for the eventual and penultimate expression of that love through physical intimacy. Whether that's what he means or not, I don't know. I'll let you decide. Let's compare Asmodeus to the V I alluded to earlier, Valentino. One of the most disturbing characters in Has-Been Hotel, and definitely one of the most unhinged at that. And seemingly the opposite end of the spectrum from Asmodeus. Where Asmodeus is gentle, Valentino is volatile. Where Asmodeus shows affection, Valentino asserts dominance. Valentino doesn't see people for people. He sees objects, power, physical intimacy, and control are all transactional for him. He's not interested in connection, he's interested in ownership. And that's the difference. Lust that is consensual, celebratory, like what Asmodeus represents, is worlds apart from the carnal, destructive lust that Valentino embodies. Asmodeus, for all his glam and spectacle, shows genuine empathy. When Moxie kills the vibe of the club, he steps in to redirect the focus back to what people are there for, what they came for, to his club, the premier club of the Lust Ring. When Stolas comes to him in need of an Asmodean crystal for Blitz, he listens and considers both Stolas and Fizz's feelings when making his decision. When Fizz has a panic attack before his performance in Mammon's clown pageant, Asmodeus is there, not with judgment, but with comfort. He reassures Fizz he's perfect as he is, not as Mammon made him, or how he feels as though Mammon made him, not as some product to be sold, but as a person, a partner, a soul. Now back to Valentino. He screams at his employees, uses people, hurts them. He doesn't love or care about Angel. He doesn't love or respect Vox. It's all for power, all for status, all for leverage, all for dominance, an insatiable lust. Valentino is what happens when lust is left unchecked and becomes an untethered ego, weaponized for control. And when push comes to shove, when the entire court turns on the protagonists, who stands up for them? Asmodeus. Also B. He doesn't have to, but he chooses to. Asmodeus, despite his power and importance, still shows care and kindness towards the Hellborn, in a way most of his contemporaries don't, because kindness, even in hell, means something. When Mammon threatens Fizz in front of a crowd of people, Asmodeus doesn't shrink. He steps in. He stands tall. When confronted with the notion of his secret being revealed, does he back down? No. He stands tall and says, I love him. And in that moment, the sin of lust becomes something more. He becomes a symbol of what lust can be when it's grounded in love. So is it hypocritical for lust to love? Maybe. But if even the sin of lust can find peace in partnership, if he can protect what he loves, fight for it, grow through it, maybe we need to rethink what lust really is in Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel. Maybe lust, at its best, isn't about chaos. It's about connection. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Asmodeus from Hell of a Boss and want more character studies like this, be sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Who do you think is the more complex character in the Helliverse? Asmodeus or Valentino? Answer in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!